overcoming difficult. What difficult is difficult? Born prematurely in 1996. At 6.5 months, David Light shouldn't have survived, but in against all odds, he did. He described the beginning of his life in Hangzhou as being dragged back from the shadow of death. He received oxygen for his lungs, but oxygen toxicity cost him his sight. David blindness meant he could only play the toys that produce sound. On his third birthday, he received a toy electronic keyboard. Gradually, he learned to play a demo store therein. Later that year, after hearing a popular song on the radio several times, he played it. It was then that his dad realized his musical ability. David remembered he first encountered with a giant that could sing. That giant, a real piano. He took piano lessons for several years, starting at age 4. When David was 8, his piano teacher accompanied him and his father to Beijing, where David played for Professor Zhou Guangren. This well-known faculty member at Central Conservatory of Music stated that David had a strong gift and good sense for music, but he had bad technical skills. Technical skills. David's dad asked Professor Zhou if David should persist in pursuing a musical career. She answered that if he received professional training, yes. She offered to find him a teacher in Beijing. So, after a year preparation, the family moved, and David became a student of Mao Dongli. So remains so today. David also attended the Beijing School for Blind, graduating last June. Then he took the Trade College exchange exam, becoming the first fully blindness in Beijing. David now studied to pass. David now studies at Central Conservatory of Music in Beijing. Chinese top music institution. Besides music, David loves English. When he was 7, when his neighbor gave him her own English cassettes, fancy by the sound, so he fascinated by the sound, so he learned the words and dialogues without knowing their meaning. The neighborhood's kid later explained them to him. In Beijing, he listened to English on the bus. Native English speakers nearby encouraged him to speak English, and slowly he began. He also learned from all studio classroom radio programs and continues so today. The future is indeed bright for this gifted and passionate young man.
很好。